So, going off Marvel, recently, as in yesterday, I talked about what Marvel is doing in the parks. And now I'm going to talk about what Marvel is doing in the studios. As Marvel is going big, they're going off, and everybody knows it. But with the Disney Plus projects, as I already talked about them in a different video the other day, I'll leave a link down in the description for that video, and I'll also leave something in the top right corner for that. But let's get started right off with the first movie that is coming out after Avengers Endgame. Well, actually after Spider-Man Far From Home, even though technically that's not going to affect the MCU anymore. But first we have Black Widow. Black Widow will release on May 1st, 2020, and the movie will follow the events that happened to her after Captain America Civil War, which came out in 2016, as Natasha Romanoff is on the run from the government following her disobedience to the Sokovia Accords and for her aiding of Steve Rogers. So she finds herself on her own, forced to deal with some source of the red that in her ledger, which we're predicting to be the Red Guardian that is going to be the villain in this movie. But we will also get a chance to see Yelena Belova, who in the comics tries to take the Black Widow title from Romanoff, but because she was kind of trained in the same Red Room as her and was kind of raised as an enemy, and so she's just like Natasha. But she was originally a foe or enemy as her, as I said, but will eventually become an ally as hers, and then become like a sister to her pretty much, as they are pretty much similar and alike, and end up getting along eventually. So it's predicted that Yelena is going to take the Black Widow title from her since she, of course, spoiler, sacrificed herself in Avengers Endgame. But I can't wait for this movie to come out, as some people actually have seen previews of it and have said it looks pretty good. And this movie has been rumored forever now. Ever since Black Widow was even put in the movies for Iron Man 2, it's been rumored that she would get her own solo film. As now we're finally getting one of her, of course, after she's dead. But then we have Falcon and Winter Soldier, which will be coming to Disney Plus in the fall of 2020. But the next big thing we see on screen will be the Eternals, which is coming in November on the 6th of 2020. And of course, with the Eternals that are going to be set at the beginning of the universe as they are in the comics, since they are an immortal alien race created by the Celestials, but are sent to Earth to protect humanity from their evil counterparts, which are the Deviants. As this movie really sounds like it could be pretty interesting, and I'll be really interested to hear more and see how it turns out, as Disney and Marvel seem to be advertising this movie a lot in Hollywood studios with all the advertisements they have there and stuff, and all the posters and all the comics they're putting out there in Walt Disney World. But we'll see how it turns out. Then we've got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is supposedly coming in February 12th, 2021. As this character is really most well known as an expert martial artist, who is proficient in a number of fighting styles, and as he can also create duplicates of himself in later comics, and eventually he will join the Avengers, maybe sooner in the MCU, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Anyways, the Ten Rings is the international tourist group that we know kidnapped Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie, which led Tony to build his Iron Man suit, of course, when he was being held captive. But in charge of them all is the Mandarin, which maybe we'll finally not get a ripped off version of the Mandarin, and we'll actually get the true version of himself in this film. As if he is the villain, and it turns out to be actually being the Mandarin, then this movie actually might be really worth watching if he is the villain, and it'll be a good way to make people actually want to go watch it if you somehow try to connect it to Tony Stark, of course. Then the prequel to Doctor Strange 2 is WandaVision, which will be coming in spring of 2021 on Disney+. Then on May 7th, 2021, we have Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. As the film is a sequel to Doctor Strange, Avengers Endgame, and the crossover / sequel to WandaVision. And if the title is correct, this will take us into the multiverse, where it's just a bunch of different and interesting and strange things that can happen, of course. As this movie is set up to be really good if the title stays true to itself, and could end up being really weird and really strange. And honestly, I can't wait to watch it. I also can't wait to figure out and see how they try to handle the mess which is the multiverse. Then we have Loki, which will be coming out with its own show in the spring of 2021. Then the What If series is coming in the summer of the same year. Also, Hawkeye will be coming that fall. Then we've got Thor, Love and Thunder, which is supposed to be coming November 5th, 2021. As it seems like in this movie, we will see James Foster wielding the hammer, or whatever Thor's powers is, and she will be getting the power of Thor, as seen in the comics. But no one really knows what is happening in this movie, or how they're going to piece that together, which will be the main draw factor, I imagine, for the movie. So we will have to wait and figure out what happens. Also, Blade is supposed to be coming to the MCU as well, as he is supposed to be coming in Phase 5. Maybe he comes before that. I think he might fill the February 18th, 2022 release date, but we don't really know much about what's going to happen in the movie. Mahershala Ali has been cast in the central role of Blade, the half-vampire daywalker who hunts down creatures of the night in the Marvel Universe. Nothing else is known about it yet, but we will have to wait and see what happens. Then we got Black Panther 2, who actually does have the official release date of May 6, 2022, as we finally got confirmation of the Black Panther sequel coming to the MCU at the D23 Expo. Though, rumor has it that T'Challa will face a new challenger to his rule in the official nation of Wakanda, and it may consult with his cousin / foe, Killmonger, on the Wakandan astral plane at some point during the film. Which it also is rumored Namor may be another reason a character into the film. It might feature Atlantis versus Wakanda, which will be epic if that actually happens. It also is rumored that Atlantis might be the people who bring back Killmonger and want to take down Wakanda, I should say, and T'Challa, because they don't like the methods that the Wakandan people are using. But we will have to wait and see what happens, and this film will definitely be interesting, because it's Black Panther, how can it not? And I honestly can't wait to get more details of it, and to see that first trailer. Also, some other projects we know of right now that we don't have a date for are Ms. Marvel, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight, as I've already described those in the Disney Plus video. Then, of course, we got some movies we don't know about that are officially going to happen, but are rumored about and we think are going to happen. As we have Captain Marvel 2, which has a pretty good chance of happening. Fantastic Four definitely has a great chance of happening, as Kevin Feige did bring it up. Ant-Man 3, Guardians 3 definitely has a great chance of happening, of course. Nova, Inhumans, Namor, Silver Surfer, maybe X-Men, and of course, more Avengers, or some sort of form of Avengers. And of course, leave a suggestion for a new video down in the comments below, and who knows, your suggestion may just be the next video. Thanks for watching, and make sure you're weaving through every day just like it's your last.